Hello and welcome. I'm Sanjay Pinto. Why do our authorities always need a tragedy to wake up? Just recently, a young school teacher's life was tragically cut short after she fell into an uncovered stormwater drain. This afternoon, a 24-year-old software professional was run over by a lorry in Perungudi. No, he wasn't overspeeding. No, he wasn't on the wrong side of the road. In fact, he was also wearing a helmet. The devil was on the road. The young man lost his balance while trying to negotiate a pothole, and the truck that was right behind him ran over him, killing him on the spot. Now, this road outside the RMZ Millennia is most definitely an accident-prone zone. With huge craters, it actually resembles a war zone. Despite several representations, despite even reports on our channel, the authorities have done nothing. They've done nothing to repair, not to speak of relaying the road with the money you and I pay as taxes. The big question tonight, killer roads, who are the real culprits? We'll be joined live by Mr. Traffic Ramasamy, who's right here in our studio, who is an intrepid public interest litigant. He says he's going to file a petition in the High Court tomorrow after this accident news comes out in the newspapers, he says. Also joining us live is Sandeep Chakravarti, a young IT professional who takes these roads to work every day, many times also at odd hours, negotiating all those heavy vehicles there. But that discussion will come up in just a few minutes after the headlines with Anu George. Anu?
Thank you, Sanjay. Let's take a quick look at the top headlines. A 24-year-old software professional is run over by a lorry hit right outside his office in Perungudi after he fell off his bike due to a huge pothole. Driver arrested. Chief Minister Jayalalitha answers 600 questions in the Bangalore court in the wealth case. Flies back to Chennai to return to Bangalore tomorrow. Janata Party Chief Dr. Subramanya Swamy says Raja and Chidambaram acted together in 2G scam. The Congress says he's free to place evidence in court. The Madras High Court issues a notice to Tamil Nadu government over the recent hike in milk price and bus fare. The government to respond in 3 weeks. MDMK Chief Vaiko and PMK leader Dr. Ramadas wants a ban on the release of a Malayalam film in Tamil Nadu that they say undermines Tamil Nadu's interest in Mullaperiyar Dam. A head-on collision between a lorry and a bus in Virupuram injures 25. The lorry driver is killed on the spot. And what Rajinikanth can't do, his son-in-law Dhanush has done with song Kolaveri. That's a huge hit on the web. Let's take a look at what's making news nationally. While the government braced itself for a united opposition onslaught, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both are adjourned over the situation in UP. NDTV learns Finance Minister and Chief Troubleshooter of the UPA government Pranab Mukherjee met BJP President Nitin Gadkari. The Law Minister appeals to the opposition as it's set to boycott P. Chidambaram in the House. They allege he had a role in 2G scam. Social crusader Anna Hazare's views on drinking sparks of a major controversy. Now over to Sanjay Pinto for the big question.
Thank you, Anu. In the prime of his life, in the prime of his career, a 24-year-old software engineer lost balance on the pothole-ridden road and paid for it with his life. He was crushed to death under the wheels of a lorry. And this happened right outside his office in Perungudi, off the much-hyped IT corridor, better known as OMR. And the eyewitnesses were his own colleagues, his friends. The villain of the piece in this case was not just the lorry driver who initially absconded and was later arrested by the police. Angry colleagues and eyewitnesses say authorities who ignored their repeated pleas to repair the road are equally culpable. Our reporters Prapanch, Krishnamurthy and Jitin Nambiar bring you the story.
Tragedy in Perungudi on the IT corridor. 24-year-old Santosh, an IT professional, was driving to work when he was crushed to death under this truck. No, this accident was not a case of bad driving. Santosh died after slipping in front of these huge crater-like potholes right in front of his office. And to his misfortune, a speeding truck was right behind which ran over him.
ரோடு பள்ளத்தில் அவர் இறங்கி வரும்போது தான் அது பேலன்ஸ் பண்ண தெரியாமல் உரட்டி அப்படியே காருக்குள்ளே லாரியில் போயிட்டாப்ல. ஸோ காரை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி வராங்க, பள்ளம் நடு ரோட்லேயே இருக்கிறனால ஸ்பீடு வரனால கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியல. ஸ்பீடு வர முடியும், டக்குன்னு காரை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி வராங்க, டக்குன்னு பள்ளம் வரும்போது அப்செட் ஆகி காருக்குள்ளே லாரிக்குள்ளே போகிறது, இந்த மாதிரி அசம்பாவிதம் நடக்குது.
Eyewitnesses are furious at this accident. They say that these roads are hardly mended, which is increasingly adding to their woes.
மழை பெஞ்சு ஒரு மாதம் ஆக போகுது, இன்ன வரையும் அந்த ரோடு ரெடி பண்ணவே இல்லை. இந்த ரோடு ரெடி பண்ணியிருந்தாங்கன்னா இதோட பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மூணு டெத் ஆகிருக்கு. 3 வந்து ரோடு பள்ளத்தால் தான். அந்த பள்ளம் எடுத்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 6 மாதம் 1 வருஷம் ஆக போது இன்னும் சரி பண்ணாமல் வச்சுருக்கிறாங்க.
The Chennai Corporation was unavailable for comment on this accident. Perungudi recently came under their limits after the local body polls. The residents of the area hope that the corporation pull up their socks immediately and mend the roads to prevent such kind of incidents in the future. In Chennai with Nimisha, Jitin and Prapanch, this is Krishnamurthy for Ndtv-Hindu.
Mr. Traffic Ramasamy, public interest litigant, and Sandeep Chakravarti, an IT professional who works along this stretch, both join us live in our studio. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Mr. Ramasamy, to you first.
Thank you.
Now that this accident has taken place, this tragedy, this totally avoidable tragedy has taken place, we will hear the government making some announcement about compensation. Can you compensate a person, a family that has lost its breadwinner, their young son, all of 24 years old, all of 24? Can you compensate? Do you really need compensation, or do we really need punishment in this case for the officials?
I am really unfortunate to see the government thinks that they can compensate and leave this as it is. That is totally wrong policy of the government. Last time also I have filed a case. Compensation is not, the officials should be punished.
Mr. Ramasamy, also here, I mean, recently, about a fortnight ago, we found that school teacher, the young girl, actually who fell into that open, uncovered stormwater drain in T Nagar.
Yeah.
Soon after that happened, you had the government going and putting boards there and signboards and covering those areas. Why does it always take something?
This is all only eyewash. The wasting public money again. They don't bother about the roads to be maintained properly as per the norms fixed by the IRT, Indian Road Transport Corporation.
But in this case, what is the on an average, how long does the road last? This is supposed to be along the IT corridor. Little further down, you pay a toll tax to maintain the road. Why is that? Why is that these roads don't last? Even if they are relayed, they don't last more than what? 6 months?
No, they don't relay the roads as per norm. That's the problem. Especially in OMR road, almost alternate day there is an accident, which is noted and which is unnoted. That is different. But these pit holes are definitely because of the non-standard materials purchased by the officials. In the name of politician, this not politician cannot interfere in this. Officials should be punished. I am going to file a petition tomorrow after seeing the paper, and compensation is not 2 lakhs is not enough. They think lives are cheaper for them, for the negligence of the officials. They should be punished.
But we have not really seen this. I mean, yes, with Bhopal gas tragedy, we talk about so many things. But here in our cities, when so many lives are lost because of poor infrastructure, despite the taxes we pay, no one really, even in this case, a lorry driver will be slapped with a 304A. In fact, he has been charged with 304A, section 304A of the Indian Penal Code. And just to tell our viewers what this is, section 304A actually means causing death by rash or negligent act. The punishment for this is 2 years. 2 years imprisonment or fine, and invariably they get away with fine.
They will get
and it's bailable. And it's bailable.
304A is only fine 2,000 rupees. No punishment so far.
The law prescribes. The law prescribes imprisonment for 2 years.
Law is there. Nobody is enforcing. That's the problem.
Oh, you're saying most people they don't get imprisonment, but they get
yes,
fined.
Definitely. That's why this is all happening.
Okay.
Even though it's not negligent of the driver, this is negligence of the officials.
No, we don't know whether it's negligence of the driver, because there are reports that he was overspeeding.
No, that is different. Because the pit hole is unable to control. How can he control the backside when his person is going? It's not possible. And he will fall on there.
No, I do not want to hold a brief for the driver at this stage. Let the investigation reveal the real truth here. But Sandeep Chakravarti, as an IT professional, how unsafe do you feel when you commute to work?
Yeah, I would say this incident is very unfortunate. How big he would have dreamt, how big his parents would have dreamt of, how big they would have made this country if he had realized those. I would like to raise a question. When we expect them to be proactive, why don't they at least be reactive? When I hear that this is the 3rd such incident, I really feel bad.
Stretch.
Yeah, on the same stretch.
Maybe I think 5th to my knowledge.
And software professionals, like, I wonder people do realize that they are facing one of the most stressed profession actually. They work for deadlines, they work for the late night shifts and so and so. When actually, in fact, my personal experience, I always fear traveling in this road at late night with the speeding trucks and the potholes adding to the disaster. It's so scary.
Okay, Mr. Ramasamy, I want to ask you a slightly technical point here. In several parts of the city, on arterial stretches, you have a ban on heavy vehicular movement from, let's say, 9 to 5 in the evening. Even that also is sometimes violated, and depending if it's the end of the month, the traffic cop will pull up the driver and fine them or whatever. Yeah, but when I spoke, in fact, to a very senior traffic police official this evening, who incidentally has gone out for bandobast duty for the evening, he said that when it comes to regulation and comes to prohibiting the entry of heavy vehicles at a particular time, the criteria used is not accidents, not whether a stretch is accident prone or not, but whether it's congested or not. So, it all boils down to someone being late rather than being called late mister. Good old days when Harry Miller used to be a photographer with the Indian Express, there was this beautiful thing which became a catchy slogan. It's better to be called, it's better to be late than be called late mister. But the traffic police philosophy as far as banning heavy vehicles is concerned, it's more in favor of late rather than late mister.
No, that is only an eyewash. They don't follow the guidelines or rules. They simply say something to allow them. This is not fair. Once throughout city, they should not enter before 9 p.m. and after 6 a.m.
No, but then is that practical in a city? To be fair to the authorities
practical
also?
Or not, don't enforce.
No, the point is water tankers are there. These water tankers are used everywhere, milk lorries. So how can you actually prevent heavy vehicles from going, or buses for instance? Even the same IT companies have heavy vehicles. They have buses to transport their employees.
Enforce it. Not necessary at all. The wrong policy of the government. When you know it's not possible, why do you want this thing? Why do you harass even the citizens?
Okay, it's one thing to blame the authorities, but one must also, the boot is also on the other leg. How did you travel to our office today?
I came by motorcycle.
Okay.
Really, hardly.
You
rode
the motorcycle. You rode the motorcycle.
Yes.
You rode or you came on the pillion?
No, pillion.
You wore a helmet?
No, I don't.
You didn't wear a helmet, Mr. Ramasamy?
Yes.
You didn't wear a helmet.
Yes.
You are filing petitions in the court day after day.
Definitely.
And you're called Traffic Ramasamy.
Yes.
But you're telling us on air that you did not wear a helmet. That is shocking.
No, they're telling because I used to go only by jeep. Today, unfortunately, you called and I came.
We offered to send you a cab on record.
That's what I'm telling.
Yeah.
No, you can record it. You know what I mean?
No, we offered to send you a cab, I said.
Even there is an exemption for senior citizens, ladies on the pillion. If I drive...
Traffic Ramasamy cannot say this.
No.
Traffic Ramasamy cannot talk about exemption and all that. It's a question of
I'm
life.
telling this one also.
It's a question of your life and safety, Mr.
Definitely,
Ramasamy. There is a law.
That's what I'm telling.
You are asking the government to implement laws. There is a law
why
in
I'm
force.
telling.
There is a law in force for you to, whether it's followed or not, for people to wear helmets.
Yes.
Why are you not wearing a helmet? Why the senior citizens or others have harder skulls that nothing will happen?
But they said, I don't say. Even now, I have a helmet.
All right.
But I don't know.
So we will make
You
sure.
call here.
We will make sure when you're going back, you take our
I
cab
think I
or you make a
can give a
helmet.
photo with a helmet. I'm going.
Okay. No.
Okay.
We will send you back by cab, or we'll make sure you wear a helmet before when you go back.
Welcome. Thank you.
Sandeep, here again. I mean, when you travel late at night, odd hours, you say yes. Of course, it's an important point that you raise. Software professionals lead a very stressful life.
Yeah.
So again, concentration when they are going back is sometimes not at its highest levels. A lot of heavy vehicular traffic at that time, speeding lorries, buses. Sometimes early in the morning you have many of these engineering colleges which run buses, they run races in the morning, especially on the IT corridor.
Yes.
How vulnerable do you feel? How unsafe do you feel when you go?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, of course, yes. I would say, like, being one of the highest taxpayers in the country, we are not supposed to be in this situation. Yeah, it's like
it's a tale of two Indias almost. When you look at the gleaming IT buildings, and then bang opposite, you find the roads so bad. Why is that? For instance, why can't all these IT companies, which make huge profits, why can't they lay their own roads? Why can't they do that?
Yeah, this is indeed a very good idea, Mr. Sanjay. Yeah, they are supposed to be socially responsible.
It can be part of their corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility can begin right there at your doorstep.
Yeah.
In that I differ. Because once you started doing your this thing, these people.
Mr. Ramasamy, till
When
then
they
you want
take-
lives, you want more lives to be lost. They are saying 3 lives were lost on this stretch alone.
That you must make them to do and punish those people. Then only they will realize. If you go and do it, they will leave it.
How do you commute
I
to
don't
work?
think.
By bike.
And you wear a helmet.
Yeah, of course. I wear a helmet and I make sure that
You
I,
wear the
I-
helmet
I
or you put it on your put it on your petrol tank.
Never. It's
You don't laugh. You didn't wear a helmet. You don't laugh. You didn't wear a helmet at all.
Actually, I have an experience. I had met with an accident,
Okay.
and it was my helmet which saved me.
Okay.
So I make it a point that I
But
wear
in
my
this
helmet.
case, tragically, this poor boy who died on the spot was actually wearing a helmet. But when an accident of this sort, even a helmet can't really save you. Mr. Ramasamy, again, I want to ask you another thing. I've got statistics from the traffic police. Last year, 2010, 344 driving licenses were suspended. Of those who were either driving drunk or those who were driving recklessly, overspeeding. This year, we are told about 100 odd licenses have been suspended so far, though immediate statistical data is not available from the traffic police headquarters. Only a handful have been cancelled.
Even in that, they are cancelled.
Only a handful have been cancelled.
No, not only handful. All those people have got another duplicate one now and going.
Duplicate
I know,
licenses.
Yes.
But then there was a
Other
big
name,
controversy
other
about
name.
carrying. No.
Other name.
See, there again, one you say duplicate lines. Again, the traffic police, when they insist on people carrying originals, then people go to court and then they say we can't carry originals. What if the originals are lost? What will happen then? What happens if you what happens if you lose your IT swipe card, the original card? You get another one, duplicate one.
When you cancel the license, you should not get any other one immediately. But that is available there.
They already have photocopies, so even if it's there's no
But
way of
then
actually.
name is changed.
No, but is there a way actually of finding out whether
have
somebody's
to-
license is cancelled or not?
No.
For a traffic SI on the road or a traffic constable.
Traffic
Is there a
control
way?
no power.
Oh, traffic constable cannot. For the record, for our viewers' benefit, traffic constable has no power to stop a vehicle.
Yes.
It's only a traffic SI
Only
onward.
SI
upward,
inspector.
Yeah.
Even ACDC is not permitted.
Yeah, very few people know that. But again, I want to ask you again that the accident rate. Chennai has had the highest number of fatal accidents among all metros, only after Delhi, and Delhi, of course, being much bigger than Chennai. 1,415 fatal accidents in 2010 in Chennai. That's if you consider the greater Chennai as well.
Yes, now.
Delhi, in fact, had about 1,900 odd. And this year alone, for greater Chennai, this is about 45 days left, 1,300 fatal accidents.
Yes.
What would you attribute
That
this
is
to?
because of the bad roads throughout the year. Nobody bothers about that. Simply wasting public
Because
money like anything.
everybody actually makes the traffic police a scapegoat, saying the traffic police don't do this. But what will they do? I mean,
No,
there are
they don't
encroachments, the roads
bother
are
about
bad.
even intimating the officials and get their work done. They expect every public to go and do it. Why don't you do it? They are paid for that. They can very well go and tell the corporation, do it. When they do for some other thing, why not do this? Road. They know very well. Even they are also moving on the road.
What about-
total negligence by the traffic police? I am only blaming these people.
No, but you have
They
to be
must
fair.
get work done by them.
You have to be fair. Even the corporation now, in fact, this particular stretch comes
corporation-
under the expanded 200 zones. You had a grand election and all that.
It's all waste.
No, but no. The point is, even the corporation should be accountable.
That's what I'm telling, corporate only. These people must go and tell them to do it. They must be on the spot. Traffic police must take more care than the corporate people. They must make them to work. And
So you said you're going
make
to the
some
High Court.
punishment also.
You're saying you're going to file a petition in the High
Tomorrow
Court
I'm going to.
for what exactly?
For compensation, they immediately they are given 2 lakh something else.
No, compensation is
That
one aspect, yes.
Not even the software engineer what he has got per month, 40,000 rupees. For 5 months, this thing. But as per the insurance, this thing, he is going to get more several crores. That is different. Because of the age, compensation must be more.
He's a 24-year-old youngster.
That's
after
what I'm
all.
telling. The compensation as per the rules is more. But what government does, only 2 lakhs at present. That is totally wrong. They should punish the officials. Then only the accidents will come down.
So I have to have another slightly technical point. Now they say that a study was made by a professor of IIT Madras in 2008. Of course, this is not the latest study, but in 2008 it said that the average vehicle speed along the IT corridor
road, 60.
dropped to about 20 kilometers per
Not
hour.
even 20, 15.
That's because of the congestion and all that.
Not only congestion, bad roads, maximum.
Bad roads.
Bad roads, maximum bad roads. But they are collecting toll.
What about the
don't know
deterrent effect? Again, really 304A, it's almost like a license to kill. 304A of the IPC, which you say is they get away with a fine, but of course under the law, under the IPC, it's also two years imprisonment prescribed.
That is there.
Like when it comes to high profile cases, a big hue and cry raised in the media, and then of course there's a clamor for imposing 304 of the IPC, which is culpable homicide not amounting to murder. In this case, when you drive at a particular speed, when you know that you have a lot of two-wheelers and all that, that's the intention, right? You know, there's a knowledge that what you're doing is likely to cause death.
Yeah, definitely.
So, do you believe in such cases the police should not mechanically register 304A cases, but 304 cases?
304.
Okay.
That's already I'm insisting every time. Whether it's minor or major accident. Factor once happened, you should book only on 304, not on 304A.
Okay.
That they are giving room for him to escape.
It's a license to kill almost.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Before we end the show now and slip into a little break, let me ask you, say you will go to court tomorrow. We will not merely react to, no symptomatic, no band-aid solution really, but you're saying you're going to go to court, and also will you ask for identification of such killer roads in Chennai, for some analysis to be done and for some steps to be taken immediately?
Definitely. The officials who are in charge of this area, like a assistant engineer or assistant commissioner of this zone, must be punished. At least some suspension for some time.
No, punishment is one thing. What about action? I mean,
for
the same pothole, the same crater which killed this boy, will that be filled up tomorrow? Will you do something about that?
They have to do it. If they don't do it, I will see that
we must make the point here that we did ask senior officials of the traffic police and of the Chennai Corporation, but they were unavailable to really come here to our studio. We did try to get the authorities here to make them accountable. Also, final word from you, Sandeep, as a youngster, young IT professional. As I was making the point earlier about corporate social responsibility beginning at home, right outside your doorstep. Will you then embark on a signature campaign?
Of course.
In your IT company, when you sit in the food court with the other colleagues from other IT companies, will you ask your respective managements to probably, if the corporation is not going to do it, if they're not going to act together, get their act together, we are not going to let more of our colleagues die.
Yeah. And
that you will have and ask them, you will make them to do it. If in case you don't make them to do it, you will have a private road laid at least.
Yeah, we as youngsters are supposed to take the responsibility at our hands. We are supposed to let people informed and start.
Because you have your self-service at the food courts, but here maybe you need self-service on the roads as well.
Yeah, of course. The state, the roads are, it really is the need.
Thank you very much. Let's really hope that something fruitful comes out of this discussion and that the authorities really get the act together, that such tragedies are not allowed to recur. And just to tell our viewers before I slide into a short break, this accident happened bang outside the NDTV office as well. Stay tuned, more coming up.